I have recently been asked if I'm a feminist, and I believe my point of view is far more complex than just giving a simple yes or no answer. I'm not against feminism, on the contrary, actually. However, I do not see myself as a feminist, even though I support the movement. As said here many times before, especially on the videos on my own take of traditional folk magic from my personal experience, I do believe that it is rather limiting to give ourselves labels, as this leads to a narrow perception of ourselves and of the world and our own perception of others. And this influences on our engagement with the world and its persons. When we label ourselves something, we have the tendency to fall into very defined conceptions, which doesn't help to expand our minds into different experiences that enrich our own existence. Every time something we enjoy doing, or even a perception or opinion that doesn't fall into the label we have set for ourselves, there's the tendency to deny ourselves expressing and living those paths of thought and of experience. We cling on to a label and identity so fiercely that we indeed become that identity and nothing else. Our world becomes limiting, narrowed down to a perceptive reality without horizons. This actually leads us to turn away from the world that surrounds us, and progressively we cease to become part of the world. We cease to accompany its cycles, we cease to be, let's say, in tune with life, and we just become this individual entity unable to see past its own restrained perception of self. This is the same thing with feminism. As I said, I'm not against feminism, and indeed, in a society where there's clearly gender inequality, there must be an effort to include all people in a social organism where all have the opportunity to thrive and have access to basic human needs and being treated with respect. When there's injustice, we must find ways that allow all persons to exist and coexist with decency, respect, dignity, and also accountability. Rules, laws, rights, and duties have to be applied to all, because clearly we have all seen how things always end up when privileges are only given to some.